Welcome to Rath Contafio Soccer Complex here in Winnipeg, Manitoba. It's been a while, Ryan. We've Ryan Brandt to my right. Ryan, it's if you don't have soccer on the brain right now, this time of year, you gotta check your pulse. You gotta check your priorities.
Yeah, some people here today probably a bit inspired from the World Cup to maybe see a little soccer, a little local soccer, and team still in the hunt for its first win. A tough stretch, a couple games in Thunder Bay, a 2-1 loss for Winnipeg on the road. It's been a couple weeks, a little break, some players rest up some injuries, and things will look a little bit better today.
Absolutely, and a close one. This last game, I believe they were tied up going into the final minute before relinquishing that goal, and still looking for that first point of the year as well.
Yeah, it stings a little bit there. I come away with a tough result on the road against the rival team, the other Canadian team in this conference, but St. Louis is a rival that we know very well here in Winnipeg, a team that they're able to pick up 3 points off of at home last season, and that's kind of the goal. The team approaching today, that this is a winnable match, and they're going to look for it there. But for St. Louis, they beat Thunder Bay, the team that beat Winnipeg, so they have some confidence there. They kind of own the head-to-head series, so an opportunity for them to add on 3 more points to the season. No one's catching Des Moines for first place in the Heartland at this point. They've still yet to lose, so a tough one there, but an opportunity maybe for a few guys here in Winnipeg to show their stuff on the St. Louis side, though. Short bench, 3 subs, not including the backup goalkeeper.
Absolutely, and yeah, like we said, looking for their first win, 4 of them to St. Louis's credit this year, but this is 5 for 6 as far as the division's concerned. So I wouldn't say battle of the basement by any means, but these two teams definitely looking to end the season on a positive note.
Yeah, and some clean bills of health for some guys. Brian Silva makes his first home start. When we get through the anthems, we'll get some soccer going. Here we go.
And with that, a spirited rendition of "O Canada," that one being played specifically on French horns and kazoos. Interesting ending to it, but we're getting set to kick this off. A last 3 games of the season, 3-game homestand to complete WSA Winnipeg's final 3 games of the year, and yeah, coming out strong in their whites. Obviously, St. Louis will be in the black and the green with the black shorts, and of course the least popular people in the building will be wearing blue.
Yes, the referees, St. Louis, a club with strong connections to Celtic, a major club in Scotland. Their club coach with strong affiliations with them, so that has led to their inspired kits, sometimes whites and the greens, black and green. So Winnipeg showing off a little Canada, a little red, a little white, and we'll get things going here. Asked Coach Eduardo Badescu before the game, looking at the lineup, I said, so you're going for it? And he said, yeah, we are going for it. No 5 at the back today, no 5 midfielders. This is a team playing 4 defenders, 3 midfielders, 3 forwards. We'll see Renor Hoxha, Luis Melendez, Nico Bikes play at the same time today. Those are players that have kind of fought for time as strikers. Instead, all 3 Winnipeg's scorers, other than Will Brown, who actually leads the team in scoring right now, will be out there in that starting 11, getting an opportunity to try and get some goals. 4-3-3 formation, some attacking soccer, and that's what we're expecting from Winnipeg today. So that's some exciting stuff to be going for one in this game against a team like St. Louis. Team they had their way with at home last year, ending the season on 2 victories when St. Louis of the USL also had a team in the league, beat both of them in the same weekend. So just one St. Louis team to beat this time, and we'll do it all again tomorrow as well.
Absolutely, we will be doing this once again tomorrow, and all at offensive hands on deck as WSA Winnipeg in white look to take on the lean, mean black and green from St. Louis. The Lions look to finish out this season at 500 or just above with a good performance here, but like you said, Winnipeg's going to give them all they got. Yeah,
still looking for that win, and look no further than the man in yellow, Evan Barker. Will try and make some saves, keep his team in these games.
Absolutely.
He's done what he could in some starts of the game. We've seen a few unfortunate goals or games where Winnipeg goes down a goal and is pushing so high up the field they end up giving one up on a counter, which kind of skews the score lines a bit. But looking forward to seeing how things play out here. Barker, strong goalkeeper. Josh Dealman's on the bench, and soon we'll have 3 goalies. Tyson Farrago will join the fray. He'll be here at the game today, not dressing, but as we look towards the finales of the season, some people excited to see a professional player coming back to Winnipeg as his season in Ireland finished up, and looks to stay in shape by playing with the #1 team in the city.
Absolutely, and this being the highest available level of soccer to be watched here in Winnipeg, we welcome all who are watching here in Winnipeg. If you've hopefully you've made your way to Ralph Catafio Soccer Complex to take this one in. If you're staying in the air-conditioned comfort of your home to watch this, we welcome you. And if you're all the way down in St. Louis to watch this, we welcome you as well.
Yeah, probably a lot of people. This team is a pretty dedicated fan base. Lots of local players that feature through this program. Many have gone on to play at the professional levels, look like Tom Heineman in Major League Soccer. Several other players that came through St. Louis, and like Winnipeg, it's usually a couple players in different years and some up and some down years. St. Louis is once maybe the best team in this division and looking to get back up to that and make the playoffs, as they're a team that usually competes for those spots.
Absolutely. This game's starting out fast, some contact right off the hop, and you see Rafa Hin hit the deck after a bit of a kind of shin-on-shin contact there, but the 20, that's, oh, I know not. Garrett took the ball there. Could have been a handball there. And the 10 of Stinson. Didn't catch it though.
We'll see how Winnipeg starts this game. Mention the attacking formation, maybe put a bit more pressure on the St. Louis back line and look for a few hard, long balls up the middle, up the field, and see if they can get some attacks going. Some good touches early on. Braden Silva, Rafa Lane hooked up before the foul, and Silva's back on the ball.
There he is. And so you'd mentioned this being a little bit of a different offensive look for Winnipeg, with like a couple of these guys not playing big minutes with each other throughout the season. Does that affect their chemistry whatsoever, and maybe even affect the effectiveness of a guy like Kalen Boodoo, who's kind of controlled the middle of the field most of the season?
Yeah, well, I think it's a big boost because it's 3 strong players that control the ball: Boodoo, Silva, and O'Hin. So when all 3 of them can be out there together, it almost makes their lives a bit easier. They don't feel like they have to make a play. They have some outlets, some options, and not to take anything away from players that filled in the interim. I know they're excited to all be out there together.
Absolutely. So they just want to be on the field making a difference out there as the ball's played back to Evan Barker, who fields the ball for the first time throughout.
Winnipeg's got
this
some
game.
numbers here.
Yep.
5 on 3. He's onside, rather.
He's onside, yeah. And a first try on net, which is rather early in the game for these guys.
Nice save. John Burke gets a fingertip to it, knocks it off the post, so that'll be in a corner kick for Winnipeg. But nice attack. Rafa Hin forces that a turnover, plays a nice ball to Renaud Hochschild, who was looking for the cross all the way, and when that was kind of taken away from him, decided for the low-angle shot, try and get the goalie to tip it out for that corner kick. That's what he ends up with, and another chance for Winnipeg to attack.
Looks like a Wolfpack member got a head on it. That's why it'll be a goal kick. Burke in the high vis yellow plays it back to the 5 here of Blom.
And the pressure keeps up here from Winnipeg in this early going.
Nico Bikis with a nice touch. O'Hin dances around a defender. Winnipeg never shy to play it back to Evan Barker. He knows what to do with it.
Continue to control this ball in the early going. They're looking for those ones, get those switches. Renaud Hochschild's big and he's fast and good on the ball. St. Louis has been looking for those offsides, playing a high trap, and we'll see how long they keep that up. But at the same time, we'll see how long Winnipeg can keep up all this pressure. Because so far, they're forcing turnovers, they're keeping the ball, and they've dominated the first only 4 minutes of the game. But so far, so good for the start.
Absolutely, and a furious start for Winnipeg, but we'll also keep mentioning that it's pretty hot out today, and on top of artificial turf, it's got to be boiling out there, and any sustained pressure is going to be difficult to achieve.
Yeah, and tough here for St. Louis. Mentioned before the game, they only have 3 outfield substitutes at their disposal in today's contest, so they'll have to be careful how they use them, but a chance for Winnipeg again. Maybe a switch over for Tobias Kruger.
Kruger takes it. Buda with it now. Tries to find some open space. A little bit too much on it, perhaps.
And we'll see them get the defenders involved in this game a lot. Dylan Hooper's in the right back slot. Tobias Kruger playing left back, and both of them attack-minded players that are showing their versatility and have the ability to go forward. So I wouldn't be surprised to see them join the attack a lot. We'll put a bit of pressure on those central defenders, but at the same time, it's the team that's looking for their first victory, and you can tell that they're going for it here.
O'Hin gets a head on it with the free kick. St. Louis with some numbers up forward.
Look at a corner kick here for St. Louis. Dylan Hooper got burned a little bit. A nice run from Jordan Watson of St. Louis. Takes the ball to the outside, looks for that hard cross, just trying to find a foot, find a teammate, and redirects out for a corner kick. St. Louis will get their first chance to maybe have an attacking goal here. So they're going to do some sort of set play here. You see 4 players line up together, and they'll break off and end up winning the free header. But ends up
Reeves gets a head on it, but that'll be a goal kick. Evan Barker now controlling things. Smartly plays it back to Garich. Garich over to the 27. Kruger controls it now over to O'Hin.
Well, then get out of pressure.
Bikis, and a nice touch on the ball.
Nice little back heel from Nico. Let's give Tobias a chance to put one across for Melendez. His shot, just wide. We're going to end up
He'll want that one back.
I was going to say it tipped off a St. Louis defender, so we'll actually get a corner kick for Winnipeg. A nice attack there. Rafa O'Hin absorbs the pressure of 3 St. Louis defenders and uses it to his advantage, makes that pass, gets rid of it, and on the quick corner kick, Winnipeg will keep things going.
Reeves with a nice defensive move there.
Buda will give chase.
Buda with some serious wheels there.
lot of numbers back for St. Louis. A tough to launch an attack, and just like that, though, 2 Winnipeg players get their signals crossed a little bit and opens up an opportunity. But Winnipeg was ready for that counter from St. Louis. Didn't have a lot of numbers forward, maybe just taking a breather. It's hot, as you mentioned. They've had to absorb some pressure here so far from Winnipeg. But a good attack. Melendez will wish he buried that, but I guess it did take a tip off a St. Louis player. A good look at goal, then low shot for the corner he's looking for.
Melendez, the switch over to Hyra Kruger, gets a bit of a funny bounce from it, ends up having a retreat. Voodoo plays it through.
A little ahead of Melendez there.
O'Hin controls it, as he usually does, likes to get his feet on the ball early and often. I mentioned at the beginning of this broadcast we hadn't spent too much time calling WSA Winnipeg games, as they've been on both a bit of a reprieve from their schedule, as well as Bikes with the shot on net.
Raph O'Hin, long ball across the field, and good touch by Bikes to get involved and maybe want to cut towards goal and get a better look, but when he ran out of room, just lets that shot go. A little easy one. Well stopped, though, by John Burke.
Burke had that one, no problem, but we might not have been calling a lot of games lately, but you've been talking a fair bit of soccer, I imagine.
Yeah, World Cup time's been exciting. Gets you going, makes you want to get out and kick the ball around or watch a game here today, with it being an off day for the World Cup. Chance to watch a little soccer here in Winnipeg. Excited for these semi-final matchups, as people I'm sure in St. Louis are as well.
With an event like the World Cup happening, it's got to create a bit of a buzz, regardless of what level of soccer is going on. It's just that type of an event.
Yeah, and here in Winnipeg, there's lots to get excited about soccer-wise. This team in the midst of its season, WSA Winnipeg, a professional team coming to this city next season. Soccer's pretty hyped up right now, and the women's national team already has a pretty big piece of the pie in our country, and it will be fun to see maybe when the women come to Winnipeg, the men can come too a couple times and start to expose people to that side.
For sure. St. Louis matriculating the ball up the field now to establish possession and continue with it.
We'll see Winnipeg set up in a bit of a shape, and eventually they'll make their decision on when they start applying a bit more pressure. But right now, with St. Louis not pushing many numbers forward, it kind of makes the work easy for them. Just wait for a missed pass, an opportunity for a turnover. But so far, it's been Winnipeg the aggressor. I haven't said that a lot this season. So a good start in these first 10 minutes for Winnipeg. And we'll continue that. Good look at goal. Melendez almost buried one. So
Bikes as well.
Yeah, and try and keep that pressure up here as this first half continues.
Only 10 minutes gone so far in this game, scheduled for 90 plus. So that ball is going to have to send someone for that one.
New USLPDL.com. Download the PDL mobile app today to keep track of your favorite teams.
It's a good ball there by St. Louis.
St. Louis threatening here. Move through the middle. And
a goal.
That will be a goal.
Yeah. Evan Garcia looked to be the man who got the touch in tight. Puts it through the wickets of Evan Barker in a bit of a tough angle. It was a great ball played into the box that finds Justin Stinson, who finds his teammate. Garcia is able to bury it, and now after Winnipeg has all the pressure, St. Louis ends up going up 1-0, and an unfortunate mistake and unfortunate lack of coverage, and Winnipeg still has an opportunity here to tie things up now.
Absolutely, they do, and but that's not actually the first time we've seen that this year, where Winnipeg controls the play, and on maybe one or two miscues, they find one in the back of their own net. But showing some good promise so far in the beginning of this one.
Yeah, you look back at the game against Chicago, going up a man and just not able to pick up the victory despite having all the pressure, no goals, no finish, and a bit unfortunate in that regard. So Winnipeg will try and get something going here. Still an opportunity. They still have dominated the ball mostly. Just a good counter there. Some good movement from St. Louis opened up a hole, and they took advantage. Now it's up to Winnipeg to respond.
Kruger over to O'Hin. O'Hin plays to the middle over by Melendez. Melendez unable to get a foot on it.
Good tackle here by Kevin Garich.
Very nice move from Garich. Some nice footwork from Bicus, plays it over to Budu. Budu with a burst of speed over to Garich. He'll play it to the middle.
Well done to keep himself on side there. Keeps himself open. Bicus, so nice touches to create some space for his teammates. It was almost played back to the goalkeeper. It would have been a nice little free kick for Winnipeg, but some smart play there by John Burke to just clear it out into touch, and St. Louis can get set up defensively again. But all starts with a good tackle there by Kevin Garich.
Absolutely, and then join the rush as well. Nice move from Melendez.
A good touch, just hits off his teammate, actually, Braden Silva, and I think Silva was in an offside position, so that ends up calling things back despite a good opportunity for Renor Hawks. Tough luck, shoot the ball right off your teammate who's offside, but that's the way she goes, so we'll get a free kick here for St. Louis.
Bit of indecision here from Burke as he decides where he's going to put the ball here. Silva giving pressure.
Good play here by the Lions to create a little space for themselves.
Lions look to slow things down a little bit, establish possession. A little switch. Graham plays it up.
Great overlap run here and a not so great shot attempt. Ball was bouncing a little bit there in the turf, and then unfortunate for Jordan Watson to do a little better there. Good run, finds some space for himself, and just couldn't have that final touch as he wanted.
Johnny, you need help with spotting, or? Steve sent me up, says you might need some help.
Yeah, sure.
You never miss anything,
Winnipeg looking to make something happen offensively here. A rush taking shape. O'Hin gives chase. Nice control from Silva.
Chance for an attack here. A few numbers forward. Booty, Melendez, Vicus all up. Hooper on the ball. And I've seen this a few times from St. Louis though. Playing really deep. Got 6 players behind it.
Frustration from Vicus there. He's only able to get to the ball. Played to an area where he couldn't get to it.
Good ball looking for Watson, able to bring it down.
St. Louis looking to stretch the field here. Reeves with it now. There's your goal scorer. Garcia goes down.
Yeah, the leg of Kevin Garich just catches a little bit in the ankle and gives an opportunity here for St. Louis. Stinson will take this for St. Louis. out by O'Hin, but puts it right under the foot of Watson. His shot saved by Barker, and on the follow-up, 2-0.
2-0. Just like that. And to add insult to injury, Raph O'Hin still laid out on the field just inside the box here.
Yeah, he jumped up on that corner kick, or the free kick rather. He got clipped by a player from St. Louis. The play wasn't blown dead, so the ball just continues going on. It was a play there. Watson gets it across the box again, and St. Louis ends up scoring on the follow-up. A bit unfortunate for Winnipeg. We mentioned they've had the ball for a fair share of this half so far, and have somehow found a way to be down 2-0 now.
That's the head coach's kind of his mantra a little bit for this particular year. They find a way to not be able to pull these things out, but some positive play so far this game.
And hopefully O'Hin's going to stay in this game. If they want to come back, they're going to need him, but unfortunate to see him go down like that. A tough blow, especially when on that play they end up conceding. So 2-0 St. Louis, 18th minute, or into the 19th minute now. O'Hin looks like he's good to go. Still wondering why the play wasn't blown dead as he talks to the referee, but it's been called a goal now. So
absolutely. I don't think he's asking for a detailed account of the goal that was scored while he was down. I think mostly talking about why the play might have not have been blown dead when he was clearly...
Might have to come off and then quickly put himself back onto the field. Looks to be the case. Let's see.
Making his way off.
Out. He'll have to, once he's ready, he can ask the referee to come back on, and might be pretty quick.
And he's back on. Nice footwork there from Biakis.
St. Louis has
loses it though.
Some momentum here after that second goal, and Watson plays it in a goal.
Watson will grab his, I believe, second goal of the game now. 2 goals in as many minutes.
Yeah, Winnipeg looking for an offside. I don't see one there. Watson finds himself in some space. Shot from another weak angle. It beats Evan Barker, unfortunately. So now quick transition there. It all starts with a little pressure on Nico Biakis, and St. Louis takes some momentum, and Jordan Watson finds the net in this game. 3-0, 20 minutes into it.
20 minutes into this game, and now WSA Winnipeg's found themselves a hole. And they're going to have to slowly but surely crawl those way out of it to make this thing...
Fortunately, it's turf.
Yeah.
So you can't literally dig a hole.
That's true.
So some opportunities here. Like the thing is that makes it tough to watch is that they've had the pressure. They've had opportunities.
For sure. Absolutely.
His shot that gets tipped away. Biakis with a good shot, some good play, some good momentum, and how quick a goal can change things. And St. Louis is taking a bit of control, and Winnipeg will want to make things at least 3-1 before half so things don't get out of hand, and we'll try and make an attack here.
Definitely, and if you're a St. Louis fan watching this one, you're scratching your head at your team's play so far with their lack of dominance as far as ball control, but smiling ear to ear based on this current score. Hayden plays it back to Garrett here. Finds Harry Kruger, played back. Melendez with a misplay on it.
Yeah,
a little bit too strong on the ball there.
For another counter. It's Watson.
Watson with the ball on a string so far today.
Good attempt there. That one's blocked. Winnipeg can try and go the other way here with O'Hin.
O'Hin lays into one.
It's a good long ball for Minor Hoxha. He can get it just to the edge of the box. Good play there by St. Louis to hand it back to the keeper. Beautiful ball. Good run. Just
We'd like to remind you about
St. Louis ends up getting to it first and comes away.
Nice defensive play from Nyamc, who was basically the last line of defense before the goalkeeper was going to have to get involved.
Another ball over the top, looking for Watson on side. He'll try and chip it. It's a little cheeky there, and that'll be no trouble for Evan Barker.
WSA Winnipeg's fearless leader, Eduardo Badescu, making his voice heard across the now very silent Ralph Cantafio soccer complex.
Budu foul there by Stinson, so free kick for Winnipeg.
O'Hin controls it. Silva with a nice touch. Bit of a change of formation. You see the 41 come over to this side of the field, find his way back to his original position.
Yeah, I think with a few plays there from Jordan Watson, a lot of speed, Tobias Kruger will start marking him and try and close him down a little bit more. Chaladanji ends up in that left back slot and will try and get himself involved in the offense. Just a man-marking adjustment there from the coach, as Watson has burned this team a couple times already with his speed and has a goal tonight. So a little change there from Winnipeg. See if there's any other changes to their shape and formation as this game goes on, trying to crawl out of this 3-0 deficit.
23 minutes elapsed so far in this one. And despite the score, it's been a pretty tight game.
Yeah, foul there from Watson on Heinrich Kruger. Free kick for Winnipeg.
Hot day here in Winnipeg as we continue with a warm and dry spell. Temperatures in the high 20s, low 30s, and if you're an American listener right now, that means mid to high 80s for the most part, even dipping into the 90s earlier last week. So
it's a good ball there from the Lions. Across, just a little wide, a little high, a little too much on it. Goal kick for Winnipeg. Some 20 minutes left in this first half, and St. Louis leading 3-0.
As we mentioned at the beginning of the broadcast, Winnipeg electing to go with a very offensive-minded lineup. Would that have anything? Does that kind of rear its ugly head when it comes to the defensive responsibilities, where if they're thinking offense first, that they might give up a few as well?
I mean, you really shouldn't, just based on they have a packed midfield right now, lots of speed, and so far it hasn't been a numbers game. Why St. Louis has found the advantage. A couple mistakes that just proved costly, especially that third goal is kind of caught napping a little bit.
I think so. Maybe a little bit of a hangover from that second goal that was a little bit, maybe I wouldn't say controversial, but maybe Winnipeg wanting a different ruling there.
So we'll see what they can do here. Budu on the ball. Owen tries to play a through ball, and yeah, so this is what we'll see now. Watson have a little bit more trouble playing it around and beating Tobias Kruger with the speed game.
That he will.
Gave it a go there, but a bit more difficult, but at the same time playing when they're playing their width and putting some cross into the box. Now Winnipeg's playing with a 5'7" center back, which is a bold call, but a move made to watch the speed of Watson, and not much you can do about it.
Winnipeg communicating quite well out there, trying to get set up so that they can get off the defense and back on the offense here.
Chaladanji heads that one out in touch.
Reeves. Jackson with the throw in. O'Hin with it now. Dances away from a defender. Lays around Jackson.
Good idea on the ball there from Bikus. Diagonal run from Renor Hossa, just doesn't end up getting there. Good play there by St. Louis defense. Braden Silva wrestles his opponent to the ground there. Another free kick in a dangerous area for St. Louis. See, could go in the referee's book for this one. Maybe a yellow. We'll see. Just a warning by the looks of things, though. Dangerous area here. Maybe a shot from St. Louis. He's already got one tonight. Evan Garcia standing over the ball.
St. Louis gets set here. From that position, you thinking shot? Well, if that's what it was.
I mean,
that's what it was.
I guess so. Well, it happens. Just got under a bit too much, leaned back on the shot a little, and next thing you know, you're
He's aiming for a
putting
goal
into the
kick, I
fence.
suppose.
But worth a crack. You're up 3-0. You're in a dangerous area. Why not have one? Ball a little bit too long there from Hooper. And John Burke can get things going here for St. Louis. "16 minutes and a bit left in half number 1. 3-0 for St. Louis. It's slowed down a little bit since that good
Yeah,
hot
it's
10
starting to
minutes.
settle into a pace here now. Winnipeg maybe catching their breath a little bit after some intense pressure in the early stages
Great
of this one.
tackle there by Cheladanji.
That it was.
Now he's played it, dribbled it out into touch, and St. Louis can keep their attack going by still keeping pretty much their entire back four behind the ball. Defensive, but came out with 3 goals from it.
Nice touch there from Jairo Kruger.
Yeah, it should be on a foul there. Going over the back on Braden Silva was Marcus Soma. Angelic jumps in to see if he's okay. Silva had position. He's a smaller player, so other players look for that opportunity to go over top with the header, but you still can't go over the back of a guy no matter
No,
how
you
tall
can't.
they are. So an opportunity on a free kick for Winnipeg.
Mohin plays it calmly over to Jairo Kruger. In with a drive, forwarded. Over the back of their own from Winnipeg.
Yeah, a strong challenge there from Renor Hogshead, and ends up with a free kick for St. Louis. They'll try and turn things the other way, but they're still playing defensive. Up 3-0 now. They don't need to concede, don't need to give Winnipeg a reason to get back into this game. Still lots of time, still lots of opportunity. We'll see if Winnipeg can bring back a little bit of pressure towards halftime. It's a good challenge by Silva. Pass a little wide from Hogshead. He's still going in looking for that ball.
Haven't heard much from Hoxa during this game, looking to get himself involved.
Nice touch there from Garcia for St. Louis, and even better tackle from Mohin. He'll try and turn things the other way now. It's a good one too. He'll try and find Nico Baikas maybe on the switch. He will. Good ball, but I think he was just a hair offside, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Good run there from Baikas. Good ball from Mohin, but
Just a bit offside there.
yeah, close eye there from the linesman. Those are tough ones to call, but I think he might have just been a step off. And
Select the official
opportunity averted for St. Louis, and Winnipeg almost had a real good looking goal. Baikas has a goal in the season, strong finisher from the midfield, getting a chance as a forward today. Just a tough one there. Played long by Danji. Hogshead goes up for it.
Watson calls for it. Reeves controls it on the right side.
Great ball
Across.
from Watson.
Garcia now with it, with a drive.
Better looked at
Off
his
the
free
mark.
kick, but a little bit wide. Still looking for goals, still looking to add to their total here. Garcia's 1 already on the day.
"32 minutes gone in this one, 3-0 St. Louis Lions coming into town in the first of 2 meetings in as many nights. We'll do this over again tomorrow. And no doubt Winnipeg will come out guns a-blazing as they did at the beginning of this one, but hopefully with a different result, right at least for the beginning of this game so far. Burke plays it up. Voodoo plays it back to Hire Kruger. Hire Kruger for O'Hin. O'Hin dances through a couple of defenders. Try on net there from O'Hin. Found his way to the top of the box and decided to take a crack.
Yeah, good opportunity. Maybe miscommunication there. Both Luis Melendez and Raph O'Hin going for that ball. O'Hin ends up getting the shot off. Some good play from Renor Hooks had to keep that ball alive. A good play, and unfortunate to not do better there. Winnipeg still looking for a little momentum, and some good touches from O'Hin showing his stuff right now.
O'Hin definitely looking to make a difference in this one. His team's down, but he wants to make sure that he's playing hard throughout the entire 90 minutes. Always does.
Good ball there, looking for Tobias Hire Kruger on the wing, and just an unfortunate bounce in the turf. Puts the ball right over top of him. Couldn't get a good touch on it, but the right idea. Still some space out there. Winnipeg trying to exploit it and keep things going. A nice little touch from Kalen Voodoo. Melendez had options, had some teammates. Braden Silva, Nico Bicus letting him know it. Just a wild swing at the ball. Give St. Louis a goal kick when Winnipeg had some numbers.
Fans, WSA Winnipeg would like to extend best wishes to GM and coach Rob Gale and the entire Valor FC organization as they prepare for their inaugural season next year. We're all sure all Winnipeg soccer fans are excited about this soccer that will be brought to the city and the opportunities for our young players to aspire to.
Watson with it now. A couple of WSA Wolfpack defenders draped over him.
It's a good ball here from Bicus. Good play from Hooks to force the St. Louis player to put the ball into touch. Opportunity now for Winnipeg. About 10 minutes and change in the first half.
With only 3 spares at the disposal of St. Louis, they got to be happy with a little bit of a cushion here.
Yeah, and then they got to keep in mind both these teams will do things again here tomorrow. We'll see if any players are making the trip back. A rough pass there from Hire Kruger. Barker does a good job to take things out of pressure there.
They might have words later after that one.
It's a tough adjustment for a striker like Hire Kruger, making the transition to an outside defender. Good chance here for Silva. Leaves it for Cello Danji, who toe blasts it with the right foot and goes way wide. Silva having a few questions about that look, and unfortunate go as leaves it for the player had a bit of a better position. Just you think left foot in that scenario might have worked out a little better than putting off the toe.
Yeah.
But good play though. Good, some more positive stuff from Winnipeg. So it's tough to just look at the scoreboard and see that it's just 3-0 when they've had their opportunities.
Definitely the score not indicative of the play so far as St. Louis looks to control again. Reeves takes it. Soma plays it back. Blom up the Soma. Jackson carries it forward. Plays it long for Watson. Garich had body position and controls it. Voodoo plays it through. Silva with a touch.
Nice footwork there.
Melendez.
Good looks there from Hoax that is taken out by a St. Louis player, and expect a slow build up here from the lines. Lots of players behind the ball, lots of defending, just holding their shape, focusing on that, and making some work in this game with a big 3-0 cushion.
If you're Winnipeg, you'd like to pin your ears back and make something offensive happen at the end of this, before the end of this half. If you're St. Louis, you're pretty content with your night so far, and I'm going to play some solid defensive soccer. Jackson calls for it and gets it. Watson up for it too. Let's take a crack on net, because that's been his kind of night.
Hopeful attempt there, but a little high, a little wide. Opportunity now for Winnipeg to turn this goal kick into some transition.
Watson may be playing with a little bit of confidence so far in this one. I believe he's got at least one, if not two, so far on the night. Maybe trying a few things that otherwise he wouldn't. But with a 3-0 lead, you can do stuff like that. Barker scans the field as to where he'd like to place the ball. "39 minutes gone in this one. Tobias Kruger accepts it now, carries it forward. Ohin to Hoxa, plays it out into touch, and St. Louis with it now.
Long ball looking for Watson, let's roll out into touch. Probably about 5 minutes, not expecting much added time.
Wouldn't imagine so, no.
End off this first half. Winnipeg will look to at least get one goal, try and turn into something here.
Welcome all viewers watching us here on the mbsportsnetwork.com Facebook page, as well as the YouTube channel. Broadcasting these games live. So if you're in the air-conditioned comfort here in Winnipeg, not in the stands, shame on you. But if you're watching all the way from St. Louis, welcome, and congratulations. Your team's having a pretty decent game so far.
Some nice touches there from Kalen Voodoo, but ended up being a Winnipeg free kick on Evan Garcia with the foul for St. Louis. Rafa Ohin with a bit of a retaliatory play, and that's what St. Louis is talking to the referee about, but nothing doing from it.
It's been another great season in the PDL. Neither one of these teams is going to be able to catch Des Moines, who have been absolutely dominant all year long. Only I think have they
12 wins and a draw.
12 wins and a draw for Des Moines. Great
It's a
season.
good year for them. A team with maybe some aspirations that exceed the Premier Development League someday. Hiring a good Canadian guy in Alan Marcina as their head coach. A lot of professional soccer experience. A club that's developed several players that play in Major League Soccer now, and our team that in a city that is maybe craving a little extra soccer than the 14-game PDL will we'll wait and see on that, as there's been lots of expansion in the USL, the United Soccer League, which plays below Major League Soccer, and Des Moines maybe an interesting market in those regards. And if you're Winnipeg, you love having the really good competition of the Menace, but at the same time, wouldn't be against not having to face them twice a year every single season. I know I have some memories of earlier games in past seasons, a couple of years ago, of some rough goings against the Menace, a very tough team, and they bring in some of the best college recruits. This year, one of their players already representing Bosnia internationally in Europe, and provided a tough test here in Winnipeg. But it was a good showing from the home team too.
Absolutely, and boy, Des Moines, Iowa. I can't think of what else there'd be to do other than watch some high quality soccer.
This ball over the top again for Watson. I'm going to say he's onside, and his shot was offside. Well out.
Yes, I think he got lucky with one there. I think he was definitely maybe a step or two offside.
Worked a little bit there. Instead, we'll get a goal kick for Winnipeg. They'll play it in quick for Howard Kruger inside the 44th minute. Not much time left in this first half. Maybe an added minute of stoppage time to even things out. We'll wait and see. And for now, things will move forward here with O'Hin. He's caused some problems for St. Louis so far in this game. You see the pressure he attracts there. 3 line defenders. And a great ball for Cheladanji.
Cello plays it smartly. Nico Bicus with it now. Is it up? Kalen Boodoo. Silva with it. Hire Kruger with some speed.
Good run, good low cross. Melendez will maybe try and follow up. Maybe thinking shot, bad angle, not much opportunity there, and good chance for St. Louis to counter here, and they will. That's a great ball over the top. A good chance here. Off the crossbar. The follow-up's line wide. Good opportunity there. Stephen Angelic on the shot. Josh Graham. I believe the handwriting in front of me says Josh Graham on the follow-up header. It goes high and wide.
Winnipeg escaping unscathed there, where with 2 very nice shots on goal there.
A lot of mustard on that shot. Beat Evan Barker straight off the crossbar to the point the referee had to put the net back on the goal line.
Yeah.
Moved back off the wheels. We got an injured player down for Winnipeg. I think it's Kalen Boodoo. Team physio will come out and quickly check on him. See what that means looking into half number 2 is the first half just closing out. Boodoo leaving the pitch to be attended to, so we'll see. We might not see him again until the second half.
See how much time's added on this one. Can't be too much.
Yeah, maybe just a minute. That's what we'll get. 1 minute of added time. Good ball from O'Hin. Maybe one more chance for an attack from Winnipeg. Need to keep the ball forward to keep the half going. It's good touches from O'Hin. So looking for Bicus. Hoaxaw with a good chance, and now an opportunity. We're going to say it's an offside call against Winnipeg. So maybe we know Hoaxaw was offside when he picked up that ball in touch. Follow up on that play wasn't as pretty as it could have been, unfortunately. A lost opportunity for Winnipeg, and that might be the real last kicks of these first half.
One last push here from St. Louis, and I think we'll see. Oh, there it is.
There's halftime.
Join us after the break for the second half of this one here from the Rath Contafio Soccer Complex here in Winnipeg.
At Super 8 Winnipeg West, we have your comfort in mind, with free Wi-Fi and free daily Superstart breakfast. We also have guest laundry facilities, a state-of-the-art fitness center, and a jetted hot tub. Sleep well in a spacious guest room equipped with plush new bedding, a 50-inch flat-screen HD TV, microwave, mini refrigerator, and Keurig coffee maker. Or book a suite with a kitchen, ideal for extended stays. Super 8 Winnipeg West, located just inside the perimeter on Portage Avenue.
Hey ladies and gentlemen, Derek here at Adventure Power Products, and summer's here. Motorcycle season is on us and we're ready to roll. If you're considering a new motorcycle this season, we want you to stop and check out Adventure Power Products and give us an opportunity to earn your business. We have 3 great motorcycle lines for you to choose from, and they're all here, all under one roof for you to check out. We've got great programs from our manufacturers this season. We've got the Kawasaki financing as low as 0% OAC. We've got Suzuki's up to 5 years of extended warranty programs. And of course, our new Moto Guzzi line. This is where art meets technology. If you haven't checked out the line, you've got to come by and see us firsthand to see and appreciate how beautiful these bikes are. Coming in to see Adventure, remember, when you're buying your bike from us, you've got a dealership that is MPI certified for all of your safety needs as well as insurance claims. We also have our technicians that are fully certified in all the lines that we carry, so you know you're going to be in good hands. You want to come down and take a look at a bike while you're getting your bike in for service. We have the Capital Coffee Lounge. Come sit and relax, enjoy the Wi-Fi, our vintage motorcycles here on display, magazines to read. We've got you looked after so you can enjoy your stay while you're getting your oil changed or what have you. We've got you looked after. And remember folks, first-time riders, remember to check out our setup at Safety Services when you're taking your beginner course. We have special discounts for first-time riders. Picking up your new bike, nervous about taking it on the road? We'll look after that too. We'll deliver your bike to your house at no charge with anywhere within the city limits. Remember, we're only 7 minutes outside the perimeter, 4-lane highway, quick drive. We'll get you looked after. We'll get your bike delivered to your garage so you can start at your pace and be comfortable on that new motorcycle. And remember folks, we are Kawasaki's only full-line motorcycle dealer in Manitoba, and we are Suzuki's #1 motorcycle dealer in Manitoba. Come check us out, Derek at Adventure Power Products, 204-878-3194, or again, adventurepowerproducts.com. Thanks for listening.
A quality new or used vehicle is only 20 minutes away at Steeltown Ford in Selkirk. We're a family-run dealership that offers you big city selection at small town pricing. So make your way down to Steeltown Ford today, where Sergeant says,
"Get it done!"
Hi, I'm Cassandra Curie with Fair & Fitness. We're located in Île-des-Chênes, Manitoba. We do everything from personal training, group training classes, yoga and flexible steel. We also focus on young athletes. We do not only just the strength and conditioning, but the agility, power, rotational control and strength, and flexibility, stability, and mobility is always super important. You can find us at fairandfitness.ca and come check us out.
I think it's a pretty good program, getting to be on the ice every day and meeting new people from all over the world and playing with new teammates that I've never played with before.
The competition you play against is unbelievable, and there are hardly words to describe how amazing my past 3 years here have been.
I love being on the ice every day, and it's a great opportunity for girls that want to play a higher level of hockey.
The academy is great here. There's really nice people here. The town is great. It's a nice little quiet town.
I like the fact that we're on the ice every day and that we get to experience new opportunities here and get to play with different girls.
Well, I think our school has been awesome. The one-on-one situations that we have with our teachers has been great.
It's a good change, and I think that living in Canada and going to school is a great opportunity for me to learn new things.
unmuted and back here in the second half, only seconds into it. And now with us in the booth, Tyson, how's it going?
Good, good. Thanks for having me.
Tyson Fargo, I believe it is, correct?
Close enough.
Fair enough. For those at home who get it wrong, how is it spelled, or how is it pronounced properly?
Farrago.
Farrago.
You can
Farrago
roll the R if you want.
Farrago.
Yeah, Farrago.
Farrago. Here in the booth with us, and it's been an exciting 45 minutes so far. One half of soccer complete. But unfortunately, it's been all one side of the scoreboard, but pretty even play so far. What are you seeing from your now new teammates?
Yeah, the talk around the camp is a lot of possession, just a couple mistakes leading into a couple goals, and I mean at this point, it looks like it's more, let's try and get one. Right?
Yeah, absolutely. Try and get on the board, try to make something positive happen so that not only the box score looks a little bit better, but you can hold your heads high walking out of this one. But the pressure's been high from the very beginning, starting with a more offensive-minded lineup call for this one. Different for WSA Winnipeg, but didn't produce any goals in the first half. Maybe the second half's different. Garcia with the ball now, but Tyson, you find your way back to WSA Winnipeg for hopefully a couple of games before the end of this season after spending some time in Ireland. How was that?
It was good. It was a great experience. Learned a lot. Got better as a player, so that take a positive out of that, and played a couple big games, and it was a great experience overall, and looking forward to getting a couple games here.
The atmosphere playing over in Europe, obviously it's a world game, but they're pretty fanatical about this stuff. What was your biggest takeaway from playing on a stage that is pretty big?
Yeah, I played in a couple of big games. I had a Dublin Derby playing against Shamrock Rovers, and the fans are just on top of you and just going crazy, and it's a great environment to play in and test yourself, and I definitely took a lot away from it. For
sure, and like obviously it's the highest level that you've played before, correct?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So obviously you're around athletes that are pushing themselves every single week. You bring that experience back to WSA Winnipeg, and you can help that rub off on some of these athletes that are pretty young, pretty green. Yeah,
I'm hoping to add a presence to the club, and hopefully I can give a couple pointers to some of the guys, and hopefully inject a little bit of work ethic. And I think there's a lot of talent on this team, and we just got to get it out.
For sure, and on top of that, stay sharp in your own right, because there's work to be done, and always room for improvement.
Always.
What are some of the you find some of the things that you've been consistently working on in your game for the last number of years?
One thing I've been working on a lot is my playing out of the back and my feet. Okay. Playing with WSA Winnipeg, that's one thing I've definitely done a lot in the past, but in Europe it's a lot quicker, a lot more precise you have to be, and the players will sneak up on you and cause havoc, and it's just preventing any type of uncertainty in the back, and that's one thing I've been working on is getting the ball out of my feet quicker, and basically setting some confidence with the players with passing back to me.
Fair enough. Well, what's the learning curve like with basically an accelerated game speed, having to make those quick decisions on top of having to learn it all at the same time?
Yeah, I mean, there's definitely a steep learning curve, and just basically every day working on taking the proper touch and being confident on the ball.
Fair enough, obviously, and a lot of repetition involved with that as Winnipeg takes it up the field here. Dylan Hooper plays it forward, a little bit too far. Was unable to grab it, but then you got Garcia up the one side here and played it to touch. But back in Winnipeg, probably some jet lag, and but also back to familiar territory. Got to be a positive thing for you.
Oh yeah, it's definitely good to be home. This is my first Winnipeg summer in 6 years, so
wow,
that's a good take out of that. It's definitely nice to be back with the family and the girlfriend.
For sure, family, girlfriend, the heat that we get, the traffic, and the construction that we deal with, all positive things in the summer here in Winnipeg, and you're living it, my friend.
Yep. Oh yeah. Definitely going to get used to the construction.
Definitely, for sure. And but like actually, Ireland, they do a ton of crazy construction there because that is how much development they've had for so long. They're having to completely deconstruct whole buildings to make new things happen.
Every single building, every single building's like 100 years old.
At least.
Minimum. So they have to redo every single step, everything.
There's no just tearing up Ness Avenue again.
No.
It's a whole other thing. Yeah. That's crazy. But so what would you say is like the most powerful thing you've learned from some of the athletes and the coaching staff that you're working with overseas?
It was just the perfection you have to have on the pitch. There's no room for error, and that's one thing I learned, that okay, you might make a mistake, but don't let it happen again, and work your butt off to correct that mistake in practice and make sure it doesn't happen again. And it was one thing I definitely learned in. It was just a cutthroat environment, and I'm a better player for it.
Absolutely, and on top of that, some pressure that comes along with a situation like that, but you become better from it, and that becomes like the new normal. You know what I mean? Like when you immerse yourself in that situation, you almost become able to like unpack those situations with more ease, than you would have originally expected yourself to. And then when you come back to a different level of soccer, you can really get that 1,000-foot view of everything happening on the field, and you can be a real tactician out there, which I think is what you're going to bring to the squad at the end of the season. Yeah, it comes second nature once you repeat it 100 times, and it was definitely learning curve. For sure, and of course this time of year you've probably been like not only watching WSA Winnipeg, but a little bit of World Cup as well, early morning soccer. Oh yeah. Probably the only thing getting you out of bed first thing in the morning, yes, no? Oh yeah, I mean I missed the first game the other day with France. France, what was it, France, Uruguay? No. Anyways, I missed that game. Sure, it was a bit early. Had a bit of jet lag, so missed that game. Yeah, and then I caught the Belgium game. 6 hours. 6 hours. It was not terrible. Not crazy, but enough to mess you up pretty good. Yeah, it gets your internal clock off. But my Germans, couldn't believe it. Yeah, and the squareheads weren't able to get things going this year. They get knocked out early, much to the dismay of every single one of my close relatives. But Tyson, it's been a pleasure to have you on here. Really appreciate you coming on, and we look forward to seeing you in the white and the red. Awesome, thanks for having me. Thank you. WSA Winnipeg making an offensive push there. We thank Tyson, it was Fargo, correct? Tyson Farrago. It's an exciting time for Winnipeg soccer players, of course, with the addition of Valor FC, the pro team, in next year's Canadian Premier League. There's always potential that some local players will follow in the footsteps of a Tyson Farrago and get to play some pro soccer. And hopefully their career starts right here at this club like his did. A really solid season. He led this entire league, a 60-team league, in saves per game, which scored him a contract with FC Edmonton. Played 4 seasons there when the North American Soccer League, just due to some issues, ended up folding. The league folded. Edmonton was left without a league, so Tyson was able to find a team in Ireland to keep himself sharp. And when that avenue ended up, we're happy to have him here this week. I know the goalies, Evan Barker, Josh Gilman, are excited to be working and practicing with a player like Tyson, who
brings all that experience of being a professional, and when he's finished this season, which only has a week left in it, he'll train with this group of guys here in Winnipeg until he gets ready to find his next pro team, whether it's a local club starting next season, or it's somewhere else in North America, or back to Ireland. Who really knows at this point? But
yeah,
for the interim, we're happy to have him. Hopefully he's able to at least dress in tomorrow's game against St. Louis, and by season's end, people will at some point get to see Tyson Farrago wear the WSA colors one more time.
That they will, and a nice stop there from Evan Barker, a huge double mitt stop, and goes to pump up the team a little bit there as there a barrage of shots raining down on Mr. Evan Barker. But yeah, no, wouldn't it be something to have a high level team, professional team coming to your hometown and be the goalie?
Yeah, so I'm sure that's something he's thinking about at this point. At this point in time, we don't even know all the names of the teams in the league yet, so we're still a long ways away from any sort of roster announcements. But when you come out to these games here in Winnipeg, you look at some of the names out there that are on the field today and could one day be making the jump, an avenue that doesn't exist right now. We've seen players like Moses Danto. We lost out to Calgary's PDL team this season. We're happy to have him over there developing in a program there, who didn't have any professional opportunities this season, and next summer those will be coming his way, I'm sure. He's been lighting up the PDL. He's one goal a week pretty much once a season, every season. He's a member of the best 11 on many occasions, and one of many Winnipeggers that are looking to make that jump to the pro game, and no better place to start than the PDL team.
Absolutely. The Premier Development League is a breeding ground for high-level soccer players, and one former WSA Winnipeg goalie who's possibly looking to make a comeback, Dylan O'Connor, possibly.
You throw a pro team around, and guys will start coming out of the woodwork. There's several.
That's what I'm saying.
The player who scored us, here's a good opportunity though for St. Louis, a nice cut, and Watson will have no trouble finishing that off for his second goal tonight. That's unfortunate, a counter. It's a good play there from Steven Angelic. Ends up creating some space. Watson on the follow-up. And so 4-0. So Jordan Watson gets his second goal of the game. And now it's 4-0 St. Louis over Winnipeg in the second half.
Yeah, nothing confirmed, but Dylan O'Connor, the best name in Winnipeg soccer, possibly dusting off the cleats.
Yeah, and the gloves. Was a keeper for WSA Winnipeg for a good couple of years. He even, if you go way back, he tended goal in the old Canadian Major Indoor Soccer League for the Winnipeg Alliance, a team name and a venue they played in that kind of gives you the shudders when you think of where Canadian soccer was at the time. But guys like him and one of his old teammates, a guy Kenny Sacramento, who played for WSA, scored our club's first goal in history, had some opportunities with professional teams, and ended up going a route through college and has moved on into his professional life. But you never know; these guys are only mid-20s. There's opportunities that weren't there when they were 18, 19. Kenny's brother Dylan just finished up 4 years on a scholarship in the U.S. and played in Toronto FC's system. One of a long list of names of Winnipeggers that have a pro team in their backyard that they can play for and can maybe chase that dream a little longer, and it could open up some doors.
For sure it can. WSA Winnipeg here looking to get organized and possibly make something offensive happen before the closing stages of this one. Have we seen any, I didn't make mention or notice any major changes as far as substitutions, but I think we're playing with the same group as earlier.
Yeah, we're seeing a few players on the bench for Winnipeg. Prince Amara, Jonathan Dodd, both have been up and been warming up and getting their gear ready. Two players that can maybe jump into this game and add something. Amara, lots of speed, some good touch. Jonathan Dodd, one of our new players that was brought in from Minnesota. Tough challenge there. Braden Silva goes into the book with a yellow. Slide tackle.
Reeves down.
Catches Troy Reeves in a bad spot. It's unfortunate, but now Silva goes into the ref's book with the caution, and Reeves is still down.
60 minutes down on this one.
Some options on the bench for Winnipeg: Will Brown, Donna Kasonga, Dodd, as I mentioned, Prince Amara, Evan Berube, who can also factor in. He adds some speed and some size on the back line. A lot of skill, a player that, talking to the coaches, excited to have him in his first season, his rookie season. He'll head off to play some university soccer in Edmonton in the fall, so always good to see that connection. The PDL's kind of set up in that way so that it allows players that are playing collegiate soccer to spend their off-season in a professional environment without it having any effect on their eligibility. So it's good to see some things like that, and good to see Troy Reeves getting himself up off the turf now, so hopefully he's able to continue. But if not, I think we're going to get some substitutions either way for both St. Louis and Winnipeg. Looks like Prince Amara's coming in. We'll see who he takes off. So Cello Danji coming off for Prince. And Reeves will limp his way off. Unfortunate to see his night end like that, and with a short bench ahead of the second game of back-to-back tomorrow. It's tough for St. Louis, so hopefully he's able to shake things off. Let's see who comes into the game. Looks like it's going to be Zach. Still another half hour left to go in things. Let's see what kind of impact Amara makes. Jonathan Dodd getting up too, so he might be making his way into the game. Will Brown also shedding his penny. Usually a good sign for a substitution. Another attack for St. Louis now.
Zachary Golette. That is an interesting way of spelling Golette on the game sheet here, but through the magic of the internet, we're able to find out.
Good touches there from Stinson, him and Garcia. They've linked up a few times, and
Watson, we know he's been playing so far this game.
He's been lively, a few shots, 2 goals. Calm finish on that second goal. Not much. It'd been harder to miss than one of those. A good pass. You know, it's tough catching Winnipeg on a counter there, and St. Louis still looking to add to their total. Winnipeg will try and take something positive out of this as they go for that reverse fixture tomorrow. Right here, same time, same place.
Ryan, are you trying to say that maybe if you have set that one up for me, I might have even been able to convert?
Well, I might not have been able to set you up there. I wouldn't have had the speed to beat a few of these guys that have showed my age on this Winnipeg back line. Lots of pace that would have caught us, so we wouldn't have had even a hope of getting in that position. So credit for a good run from St. Louis, and a good run here too for Golette.
Golette making his presence known right off the hop.
A good ball, good control from Stinson. The finish not the same as he launches that ball away.
Got some distance on that one. And Barker now has a decision as to where he wants to put this one.
Yeah, Jonathan Dodd will make his way to the game for Braden Silva, so another substitution for Winnipeg. Will Brown's beside the 4th official, so he could also be coming in at some point. It looks like he will once he gets his shoes on. Dylan Hooper comes off. Or it could be Evan Berube, actually, with number 2. It might be. I could, if I had my glasses on, it is Evan Berube, not Will Brown by the looks of it.
Yeah.
Which makes sense.
12 was already...
you're taking off a right back, you put on another right back, so it makes a bit more sense to put Berube on. So he makes his way into the game, and him and Dodd will try and make an impact.
O'Hin with it now. Looking to get Berube.
Immediately he gets involved, yeah.
Smart play.
Excited to see Jonathan Dodd here today, with being a new player. When he was pretty much making his debut, though, when we were seeing him at first, and he's got some games under his belt, some experience. He knows the team, learning the system, talking to players when he joined the team. That was kind of the discussions, were that he's got the talent to play in this league, and just adjusting to the way Winnipeg plays can be a hurdle, and he seems to have overcame it, and has been getting some minutes as the season wears on. A good chance here now for Melendez.
Nice move from O'Hin there to create some space for himself.
Now it's Berube.
Berube for O'Hin.
Good touch for Prince.
Prince Amara, and he's taken down hard. No call.
Amara's still down. call. Ball gets
Stinson.
played over the top. And Namar's still down. He just came onto the field. A weak shot there from Gillette, easily scooped up by Evan Barker. Good to see Amar's up and trying to run his way into the field. Jonathan Dodd dragged down by the St. Louis player. That's an easy call for Justin Stinson. That's his foul, and number 10 fouls the number 10.
Prince Amara very gingerly getting back into this one.
He was open looking for a switch of the field. Bike is under a bit too much pressure to make that call. Gillette will just knock that ball off the Winnipeg defender.
Folks, we hope you'll join us again tomorrow night for part 2 of as we include the doubleheader with the St. Louis Lions. Time again is 7 o'clock p.m. right here at the Rapid Tackle Soccer Complex.
Garcia over pursues. O'Hin with it now.
And we're picking out some numbers in transition. Melendez absorb a bit of pressure and find Berube. Mara for Boodoo. It's a good ball from Manor Hoaxha. Should be onside here. Could have a look from a bad angle. Easily stopped from the keeper. He's going to let that ball drop and waste a few seconds off the clock before he picks things up. It's a good ball from Boodoo.
67 gone in this one.
It's a little positive play from Winnipeg, and be nice to get at least a goal to take that into tomorrow's fixture. A poor ball play there by Burke and an opportunity for Boodoo. Melendez, ball just a little too hot, too heavy, and scooped up by Burke. Almost a good opportunity though for WSA Winnipeg.
Burke plays it up. St. Louis looks to get set. Nice steal. Was that Boodoo stealing the ball there?
Ends up being an offside on Manor Hoaxha. Good runs there by Nico Bikis, and nothing comes from it anyways, but a free kick for St. Louis. We're looking to make another substitution. That'll end Evan Garcia's night. And Connor Riley?
Connor Riley.
Okay.
Midfielder. Come in.
Riley in, Garcia out. Ends up with a goal for the day for his troubles. Some good play.
Perhaps some rest where we come back to do this again. Same bat time, same bat channel here on MB Sports Network.
Yeah, at this point, unless they're going to put their backup goalkeeper in as an outfield player, St. Louis has only one more substitution available to them.
Yeah.
Short bench they brought to Winnipeg. It's Jonathan Dodd's on the ball.
It's back to Barker.
Howard Kruger looking long, but not able to find Melendez. Dodd will knock it back.
O'Hin and Dodd wearing the neon shoes, confusing the heck out of this broadcaster.
Good touches here from Dodd as he came into this game. Has a little size in that midfield too, which doesn't hurt on a couple set pieces, looking for some goals.
Just a reminder of the great soccer training programs offered by our World Soccer Academy. You can find all the details on our website.
Berube plays it for Melendez. Back to Berube. Takes a look.
Berube wanted on the 1-2, just covered a little bit too much, unfortunately, there, but always a safe bet to knock the ball over to O'Hin.
Win with some space. Maybe taking a look at the goal.
Yeah, he was wanting.
Loses the handle on it though.
Wanted one more touch before the shot, just didn't have it. And
Riley with it now.
St. Louis in no rush to move the ball forward and continue just working on some things, right? Controlling the build-up, controlling the flow of the game. Not a team that's going to intently run up the score. But to Winnipeg's credit, just final chances haven't been there. A couple mistakes end up costing them. It's been a much closer game than a 4-0 scoreline would show you, and a little limitation of some of that damage can change things up, and a good chance here for Amara too on the turn. Hoxa was being pulled down, and sometimes the bigger player ends up getting the call go against him, as it was really Galette grabbing at Hoxa, and Hoxa being the bigger of the two, able
sometimes
to...
being big and strong is to your detriment.
Yeah, and Luis Melendez will sprint off the field, make some room here, as Will Brown will come into the game, leading the team in scoring this season, trying to add a little instant offense to the group, and we'll see if that does... takes away a bit of a target in Melendez, but Brown has lots of speed, some good control, and we'll try and get one on the board here.
Plenty of subs coming into the game for Winnipeg.
Good touch there from Prince Amara. He was taken down as some words. Picks his man up, a foul on Jordan Watson. Free kick for WSA.
I don't think Amara was looking after Watson's well-being there.
Just picked him up and said, "Hey, thanks for knocking me over. Play can move on. Barker will get the offense going here for WSA, and still hunting for a goal here." Off the ball, Kevin Garrett wanted there. Watson on the ball. It was a good tackle by Garrett, and Watson pretty much ran into his thigh. Free kick in a dangerous area. Foul asterisk against Kevin Garrett. Dangerous location. St. Louis can take a shot at goal, maybe add to this lead, but I think Watson has had a good game so far tonight for St. Louis. I don't think you need to go down that easily outside the box in a 4-0 game, but that's where we sit. Opportunity, he'll try and go for the hat trick here.
You don't see too many of those in soccer.
In the 73rd minute.
Watson stands over it. And Barker now. Yeah, his best guess as to where the ball's headed to.
Tough location, because from that close you can't really bend it over the wall with enough power to keep it out of the way of Barker. At the same time, you go the direct route, Barker's standing in the other side of the goal, so tough one. Tries to play it hard, nothing coming from it, but an opportunity in close, a good block, knocked off. Berube able to get there, box him out, and Barker makes claim to that ball, and Winnipeg can try and transition things, but lots of numbers back from that free kick. So no rush for Barker to get the ball out and forward.
Wayne grabs it. Voodoo with it quickly. Voodoo with a burst. Will Brown with some fancy footwork.
Nice touch there from Brown. He's pulled back by one of the St. Louis players. They're able to get the ball.
Stinson controlling things, plays it forward. Riley carries it in. Gives it over to Watson.
Good tackle there from Jonathan Dodd, and an opportunity in transition for Winnipeg. Nice run here from Amara. Rafa Hin's back post, maybe an opportunity for a good cross, but instead Renor Hoaxa's called offside. Glorious opportunity for Winnipeg there. They had numbers, a great run from Amara, and
feel something building
Everything was
there.
looking good, and then the flag came out and down, so that's unfortunate for Winnipeg. Another free kick opportunity, and St. Louis can maintain some possession here with only about 15 minutes and change left in things.
For both of those. Game time 7 o'clock p.m. right here at the Raft and Taffeo Soccer Complex.
Coach Amar Badesky wants a little pressure from his team, and does end up forcing a turnover. The final player on the St. Louis bench, Britt Weisener, starting to warm up. Could see him factor into this game soon.
St. Louis looking to get everyone involved and look to get everyone a little bit of a rest that can get some of the 2 games in 2 nights. Although we have a little bit of a breeze now, it was pretty hot at game time and probably looking to be about the same for 7 o'clock tomorrow when we do this once more.
Yeah, good opportunity. Will be the final 2 games of the season beginning tomorrow and finishing off against the rookies of the league, Cobb Valley from Kansas City. They'll make their first trek to Winnipeg in the club history. Team that we were unfortunate to lose to 2-1 on the road, and try and make amends. Another foul. Kevin Garrich, edge of the box. Unlike the earlier one, that one was a bit more black and white, a pretty easier call for the referee than the earlier foul on Watson.
Yep.
A free kick opportunity for Justin Stinson, who's standing over the ball. Tough angle here for a right foot shot, though.
Please check our website at www.wsawinnipeg.com for all your information on WSA Winnipeg games, player bios, and tickets.
Let's see what Stinson can come up with here. Fires it. It's right into the teeth of the wall there.
Our challenge there from Nico Bikis will be a St. Louis throw. It's a good ball from Gillette, but a little too easy for Evan Barker to scoop up.
Barker controls it, and Berube carries it forward. Jonathan Dodd sends it long.
Good ball for Will Brown. Good touch.
Will Brown looking
back to goal. Tough turn, get the shot. Good defense there from St. Louis.
Riley controls it now. Soma. A long drive. Looks like they might find its way out as well.
And credit to the Lions for holding their shape so far tonight. Lots of strong defense has led to opportunities, chances in transition, and eventually goals. So full credit to St. Louis in this game. A nice ball over the top for Bikis. Looking for the call. Won't be coming. Cross from Gillette, good header from Heinrich Kruger, who has done quite the job as a undersized central defender since making that switch. Mostly the responsibility keeping an eye on Jordan Watson, but credit to him there, getting in control in the box. Another attack from St. Louis, a good job from Winnipeg to try and turn things in some numbers if O'Hain can get things moving quickly. A great ball there for Renor Hoeksa. I thought he bent his run enough there, but linesman has the best view of that, and he'll make the call. And another offside against Renor Hoeksa.
He's had very little luck on getting the benefit of a few calls tonight. More than a few close offside calls on Hoeksa. Riley carries it now. Can go wide. Watson plays it smartly.
Nice little 1-2, but higher Kruger's there again. Now Nico Bicus for Winnipeg.
Barker controls it. O'Hin downs. Nice turn and dances away from a defender.
Nice touches there from Prince Amara, forces a Winnipeg throw. Try and get things going quickly and keep possession with Jonathan Dodd. Amara Bicus will want this back on the 1-2. He's making a run, but runs out of room. Now Dodd again, or O'Hin rather.
Bicus with it now. Good feet. Hoxa.
Buda, good ball for Berube. Chance for a good cross. Ball's there, and no player on the follow-up, unfortunately, and St. Louis can turn things the other way.
Gillette was able to get it forward, and now it's Watson with another challenge on net.
Good save by Evan Barker to keep that one out. Watson's done a good job tonight. Dominant in the game.
He's been a thorn on their side all game long.
Lots of speed, some good touch, a couple nice goals to show for it. Still looking for that hat trick with about 10 minutes left in this game.
Barker swallows that one up. Plays it forward. Bicus. Riley plays it back to IMC. St. Louis pressing here in the late stages.
Good tackle from Prince Amara to break that one up. Gallette's been dangerous since coming off the bench. He's been involved in St. Louis's attack, and credit to Prince for shutting him down there and an opportunity to move things the other way.
Fresh legs on fresh legs as two substitutes do battle there. Buda's been running hard all game long. Continues to do so. Showing off that fitness.
Just missed Will Brown a little bit there on the pass, but good game from Kalen so far, trying to make some things happen. And
he's been busy in the middle.
Yep, takes a lot of pressure off. Him and O'Hin work really well together in keeping some possession, making some moves, and it's just unfortunate the goals haven't been there again today.
Stinson with the shot there, a little bit wide, results in a goal kick from Barker. Winnipeg backed up a little bit here as they're trying to go long.
Good movement there from St. Louis. Good transition into the attack, and
it was great
by Garrett to break it up. Here comes Amara again. He's been effective since coming in. That ball from Renor Hoxa delays his run a little bit to keep himself on side.
Takes a drive at the net, but it's met smartly by a St. Louis defender.
Well, Prince is way up with the attackers. Some coverage, good tackle there from Kevin Garrett to win that ball back, looking for Bicus.
Five and change in this one, maybe 2-3 minutes of time added on to the end of this one. Winnipeg unable to find their way onto the score sheet so far. Not for lack of trying though. They've had shots on net. They've had ball control. There's no goals so far.
Yeah, a couple early opportunities. Hoeksa hit one off the goalie and then off the post. Luis Melendez, good play by a St. Louis defender to prevent it from going into the net. It had eyes for the low corner of the goal and just unfortunately didn't end up finishing there. St. Louis will take this corner kick and try and burn off a few precious seconds as they look to take the 3 points and get back to the hotel and rest up for tomorrow's rematch.
Perhaps some delicious Boston pizza to carve up before.
Yeah, I'm sure they'll make their way down to the location on Taylor and get it going. Winnipeg, on the other hand, just want to regroup, some opportunities, take those positives into tomorrow's game. Maybe see a few of the players that came off the bench, get a little look to start. Saw some good stuff from Prince Amar since he came on. It's a positive play all around. Just a couple mistakes end up in the back of the goal at this level, and Winnipeg learned that the hard way.
We just have another substitution there.
Yeah, Donna Kasonga will come onto the field, make way for hardworking Kalen Boodoo. Had a good game, as we mentioned. We'll see what that means for the midfield. Looks like Kevin Garrett will actually move ahead, maybe looking to help in the ways of getting a goal, add some size and heading abilities. Nice little 1-2 with Tyler Kruger's ball taken away by St. Louis, and have numbers in transition. Kasonga gets his first touch.
Immediately thrust into this one.
Back for O'Hin. It's a beautiful ball. Vicus will be able to get onto that.
A big thank you to
2-3
all
minutes
involved
left in this
on
one.
Wednesday. We really appreciate your work and making our game flow smoothly. Hope you had a great time at the game.
St. Louis taking their time to get set up here. Ball's back in play.
Good ball from Hyatt Kruger. Looks like it's a touch on it.
Tiny bit of frustration there from Raph O'Hin.
Yeah, foul against Reno Hoeksa.
After this one, Winnipeg will have
Good
two
tackle
shots.
from O'Hin here, starting a bit of an attack.
Runs out of space again.
Yeah, look towards goal, was just tipped by a St. Louis player. It's unfortunate, a good tackle. Might do a bit of an attack for WSA, and we'll wait and see, maybe a minute, maybe 2 minutes of added time, and then that will put a bow on things here, and on to Tuesday things will start looking.
Two more cracks for Winnipeg to get rid of that goose egg and get some sort of points on the year.
Nice hit there from Jonathan Dodd. Now an opportunity in transition. Watson's shot beats Barker, but also was well wide. I think Barker was in position to make that save there, but not on target, so we'll never know. He's had a really strong second half. Barker has a couple nice saves. Let's see if we get any stoppage time as we enter the 90th minute. Yeah, just another minute, really nothing that delayed the process this evening. Howard Kruger will look to get involved in the attack.
Speed here.
It's a good ball from Will Brown. It's a bit late, so he's offside. Great run from Howard Kruger from the back line. I know he'd like to be a bit more involved in the attack on an evening like tonight, but I suppose it's not the way she goes, and I'm sure once the St. Louis keeper puts this ball in play, that might be the last kicks at things.
Watson controlling it now. He's been threatening all game long. St. Louis content to control the ball, control the play. The final minute here.
Should see
They've
here.
been successful today.
Should get that referee's final whistle. It's going to be a free kick for St. Louis somewhere. Missed it, I guess. It was some sort of off the ball. We'll never know, but that should do it for the end of the match. And there we go. Finally.
And there we go. Thank you for joining us here on the NB Sports Network. Join us 24 hours from now, 7 p.m. tomorrow, where we'll do this all over again with the St. Louis Lions taking on WSA Winnipeg Wolfpack. Thank you so much for joining us.